Come you by the salmon fishing, come you by the ropery, saw you, my dear sailor laddie, sailing on the raging sea. I come by the salmon fishing, I come by the ropery, I saw your dear sailor laddie, sailing on the deep blue sea. Come you by the salmon fishing, come you by the ropery, join us at the Salmon Bothy every Friday virtually.
Hello and welcome to another Friday night with folk at the Salmon Bothy. My name is Richard Elliott and I'm speaking to you from Old Meldrum, and we're recording this on a nice bright sunny day in July 2020, just coming to the end of our lockdown due to the coronavirus, and hopefully beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, fingers crossed for that. We've got a really interesting and packed programme for you tonight. We've got quite a few regulars, some guests, and also I've been digging around in the archive to find some interesting and entertaining material from some of our previous Hall festivals, and you'll see that scattered throughout the programme. Yeah, given that I'm from Northern Ireland, you'll find a slightly more Western tinge to the programme content tonight. I hope you look forward to enjoying that with me. Okay, so let's start with myself, and I'm going to play a couple of tunes. I'm a whistle player, so I'm going to play a couple of tunes that I learned from the playing of Mike McGoldrick, who's a really accomplished flute player from Manchester. The tunes are called Leaving Uist and the Lochaber Badger. Leaving Uist and Lochaber Badger, both written by Fred Morrison, a piper from Renfrewshire, very well-known, respected piper and composer. They go really well together, although they're quite different. The Lochaber Badger is an interesting name for a tune. Apparently there is actually a Lochaber Badger. He's a gentleman who lives in that neck of the woods, who has a bit of a streak of white through his dark hair. So if you're over that way, you can look out for him and see if you can spot the Lochaber Badger. So here we go. Next up, we have Ronan Fitzsimons. Ronan's a regular at Folk at Salmon Bothy, and also sings with a little group called Moonshine Madness, whom you'll maybe see a little bit of later on in the programme. Ronan's going to do a song which I know from the playing of Chrissy Moore. It's a song called Nancy Spain, and it's a really powerful song, and it's got a great chorus line in it as well, but where did I leave the ring for Nancy Spain. The interesting thing about the song is Nancy Spain is a real person. She was a journalist and quite a controversial figure. She worked for the News of the World in the 60s. I'll not say any more, but if you're interested to know about Nancy Spain, look her up. Yeah, so here we go with Ronan. He'll introduce the song himself as well.
How is everyone? I hope you're all okay. As we emerge slowly, blinking into the sunlight, out of lockdown. So here's a song called Nancy Spain, from the singing of Christy Moore, but written by Barney Rush from the Isle of Man. It's a love token song. It's called Nancy Spain. Goes like this. Of all the stars that ever shone, no one does twinkle like your pale blue eyes. Like golden corn at harvest time, your hair, daylight peeping through the curtain of the passing night time is your smile. The sun in the sky is like your laugh. Come back to me, my Nancy, linger for just a little while. Since you left the shores, I've known nor peace nor joy. No matter where I wander, I'm still haunted by your name. The portrait of your beauty stays the same. Standing by the ocean, wondering where you've gone, if you'll return again. Where is the ring I gave to Nancy Spain? On a day in spring, when snow starts to melt and streams to flow, with the birds I'll sing a song, and in a while I'll wander down by bluebell groves where wildflowers grow, and hope that lovely Nancy will return. No matter where I wander, I'm still haunted by your name. The portrait of your beauty stays the same. Standing by the ocean, wondering where you've gone, if you'll return again. Where is the ring I gave to Nancy Spain? No matter where I wander, I'm still haunted by your name. The portrait of your beauty stays the same. Standing by the ocean, wondering where you've gone, if you'll return again. Where is the rain Nancy's pain. Okay, many thanks everybody. All the best and take care. Cheers now.
Thanks, Ronan. That's a cracking song. So next up, we have Alyson MacConnachie. Alyson and Neil have been regular contributors to Folk at the Salmon Bothy, both live when we are able to be live, and also over this lockdown period they've contributed lots of songs, and often they set their camera to black and white to add a bit of atmosphere. So this is one of those, and the song I've chosen from all of the ones that they put in is Both Sides of Tweed, which is known as a Dick Gaughan song, and it just talks about the Union, but it's also talking about corruption, and it's based, I think, maybe in history about the Treaty of the Union. So again, an interesting song, and maybe not what it seems at first sight. So again, worth having a little bit of a think and a look at the lyrics, if you can look them up and see what the song's really telling us. So here's to Alyson and Neil, and let's see if Neil smiles.
Okay. What's the spring breathing jasmine and rose? What's the summer with all its gay train? All the splendor of autumn to those who've bartered their freedom for gain. Let the love of our land's sacred rights to the love of our people succeed. Let friendship and honor unite and flourish on both sides of trees. No sweetness the senses can cheer, which corruption and bribery bind. No brightness that gloom can e'er clear, for honor's the sum of the mind. Let the love of our land's sacred rights to the love of our people succeed. Let friendship and honor unite and flourish on both sides of Tweed. Let virtue distinguish the brave, place riches in lowest degree. Think them poorest who can be a slave, them richest who dare to be free. Let the love of our land's sacred rights to the love of our people succeed. Let friendship and honor unite and flourish on both sides of Tweed. Let the love of our land's sacred rights to the love of our people succeed. Let friendship and honor unite and flourish on both sides of Tweed.
Thanks, Alyson and Neil. Excellent as always. Might hear a bit more from you later. So this time we're going to head south. We're going down to Falkirk, and this is a song from Paul Radtke. Paul's a guest and a fairly regular guest at the Bothy these days, and has been contributing well online. So This song is a weaving tale from the town of Leven. It's called The Lads of the Fair.
Song called The Lads of the Fair. A Brian McNeil song. About my hometown. Didn't see them. Come on lads, lie near me, and let the brandy cheer ye, for the road for Fyfe for God is cold and wet and weary. My trade it is a weaving, for the bonny tin a leaving, and we'll drink to the health of the working man, while buy your cloth tomorrow. You can see them all, lads of the fair, lads of the boat and the car and water, working lads and lads we gear, lads will tell you the provost's daughter, soldiers back for the German wars, peddlers up for the porters, last we're knife and bear than the kayak, the Christ and the fair and Culper. Now Jodie the pony, for the path to steep and stony, and my 3 lang weeks for the Isle of Skye, and the be sitting and moany. We'll take the last of the summer, and we'll buy ourselves a gelato, to drink to the health of the working man, we'll buy your kind of more. You can see them all, lads of the fair, lads of the boat and the car and water, working lads and lads we gear, lads will tell you the provost's daughter, soldiers back for the German wars, peddlers up for the porters, last we're nigh for bear than the kayak, the Christ and the fair and Falkner. Now come here and I'll show ye, for there's a tin a lawyer, and my best bite here in the barn and I, for a night budged and I know ye. My brother he is a bloomin', and I'm for the day in Newman, to drink to the health of the working man, and folk that bring them on. You can see them all, lads of the fair, lads of the boat and the car and water, working lads and lads we gear, lads will tell you the provost's daughter, soldiers back for the German wars, peddlers up for the porters, last we're nigh for bear than the kayak, the Christ and the fair and Culper. Oh, the work, oh, the weave was over, likewise the day of the drover, and the plough boy sits on the tractor now, too high to see the clover. The working snace is steady, but the lads are still get ready, to drink to the health of the working man, and folk that bring them on. You can see them all, lads of the fair, lads of the boat and the car and water, working lads and lads we gear, lads will tell you the provost's daughter, soldiers back for the German wars, peddlers up for the porters, last we're nigh for bear than the kayak, the Christ and the fair and Falkner. Aye, last we're nigh for bear than the kayak, the Christ and the fair and Falkner.
Thanks, Paul. That was great, as usual. Now we're going over to Mr. Paul Kersley, again a regular at the Salmon Bothy, and Paul, in his usual quiet manner, is going to deliver another Bob Dylan classic. The one I've chosen this time is Wheels on Fire. Paul has a lovely way of delivering a song, and it's quite delicate, and you might need to just crane in a little bit closer to the screen just to pick up all of the nuance and the musicality. So here we go with Wheels of Fire.
Hi there. I normally do this song with Dougie Hay. He would show off his talent by accompanying me on the triangle, but I reckon even at 2 meters apart we just would not be safe. And that memory, that painful memory of being stuck in the lift with Dougie, well, it haunts me yet. But anyway, this song, I came back to it in a funny sort of way. I was reading from the works of a poet called Arthur Rimbaud, who lived in the 1800s, a Frenchman, a very influential poet, a very tortured soul that almost inevitably died young. But it's a line from a part of his work that took me back to the song, and the line goes, "Once, if my memory serves me well, My life was a banquet, where every heart revealed itself, where every wine flowed. But it's that phrase, if my memory serves me well. I've heard it before somewhere. If my memory serves me well. If your memory serves you well, we're gonna meet again and wait. So I'm gonna unpack all my things and sit before it gets too late. No man alive will come to you with another tale to tell, and you know that we shall meet again if your memory serves you well. This wheel's on fire, rolling down the road. Notify my next of kin, this wheel shall explode. And if your memory serves you well, it's gonna confiscate your lace and wrap it all up in a sailor's knot and hide it in your case. If I knew for sure that it was yours, but it was so hard to tell, and you knew that we should meet again if your memory serves you well. This wheel's on fire, rolling down the road. Notify my next of kin, this wheel shall explode. And if your memory serves you well, you remember you're the one that called on me to call on them to get your favors done. And after every plan had failed, there was nothing more to tell, and you knew that we should meet again if your memory serves you well. This wheel's on fire, rolling down the road. Notify my next of kin, this wheel shall explode.
Excellent work, Paul. Thank you so much for that. And keep those contributions coming in. We really enjoy those. Our next act has been delivering a series of recitations over the piece whilst we've been in lockdown, and we've been enjoying listening to the tales of Albert and his mum and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom. And just here in the middle of summer now, although you wouldn't believe it because I'm wearing my body warmer, it's not exactly scorchio in Old Meldrum at the moment. But yes, the cricket season is upon us, and although we don't have very much cricket to watch, Albert has been to Lord's.
Hello, and welcome again to another of Albert's adventures. This weekend it's been Test cricket, and it reminded me that Albert once went to a Test match. And this is Albert at Lord's by Brian Jones. One day, 'twere at Lord's where it happened, a great cricket match were begun. 'Twixt England and them there Australians, and for once it were England that won. A strange match if ever there was one, 'cause for England the game was quite bad, till along came a Mr. Ramsbottom with his wife and young Albert, their lad. They arrived at ground bright and early, before most of the folks were about, So Dad said, let's go into the pavilion. We can watch 'em go in and come out. Well, Thozzies won the toss. And they batted, and right from the start they looked set. Dad said, though our bowlers are toiling, these wickets are damned hard to get. By lunchtime the score were 300, and Dad's face was long and off-white. But Ma soon had something to cheer him. A butty'll soon put you right. By the time all the Aussies were shifted, the score were 409. Then out came 2 English batsmen to open and knock off the shine. Dad brightened in anticipation. Now let's see what our lot can do. But soon he was looking quite sickly, 'cause first bloke was run out for 2. The other bats followed in order, and England were deep in the blues. Poor Ma bit her lip and said sadly, it looks like we're going to lose. Well, England were 9 down for 30, and Thozzies were looking quite glad. But little did they know what we know, they'd reckoned without Albert, our lad. As England's 9th victim were leaving, young Albert said, "Give me a bat." Dad said, "Does thou think that Len Upton?" And Albert said, "Aye, I am that." And Albert grabbed bat off next batter, and off to middle he head. The batsman sat down all dumbfounded to see how the youngster fared. Then Albert took guard, leg and middle, and looked at the field all around. The first ball sent down was a bouncer, and young Albert hit that out at ground. The bowler just stared in amazement, then sent down the Yorker on sticks. But Albert was wise to him, and gamely he jumped out and hit it for 6. Right now Thozzies were quite shaken. It were a big shock, quite profound, to see lad come in at 11 and start to knock bowling around. Still Albert, his confidence growing, was smiting the ball straight and square, and Dad on the deep leg boundary was throwing his cap in the air. Our nipper soon ran up his 100, and getting audacious and smart, he swept 1 for 4 off his off stump. It near broke the poor bowler's heart. By now, with boundaries flowing, the scorers were in a flat spin. They were having to take tins out at scoreboard as fast as they were putting them in. Well, when score had got to 400, our Albert leaned back quite proud, and next 2 balls, being ranked long hops, he pulled them ball straight into the crowd. So England had won a great victory, and Albert had scored 382. Sir Leonard's old record were broken, and most of the other ones too. The crowd then swarmed onto Albert and carried him off shoulder high. Dad said, "Well, I'm blowed, our lad's done it," and Ma wiped a tear from her eye. The English of course were delighted, but this match was only its first test. So then up to Dad strode the skipper. "Does thou think thou could spare Albert for rest?" Oh, I'm sorry," said Dad most sincerely. "It's an honour and thank you indeed. But yon lad can't go round playing cricket. He's still got pigeons to feed." "Well, keep safe and we'll see thee again,"
So big thanks to Paul Mudie there for that rendition, and I'm sure we'll hear some more about Albert in our coming programmes as we go forward. So next up, I promised you a little bit more from Ronan. So this time it's from the archive, and it's a recording by Moonshine Madness of a song called Donegal Danny, which I think was made popular by the Dubliners, but was written by a chap called Phil Coulter. Phil Coulter hails from Derry in Northern Ireland, or Londonderry, depending on your view. He's a well-respected composer and was responsible for all sorts of interesting stuff, including quite a lot of Eurovision Song Contest songs, like Puppet on a String and Congratulations by Cliff Richard and that sort of thing. Most recently, in 1995, he was asked by the Irish Rugby Football Union to write a song which would represent both sections of the community, and he came up with Ireland's Call, which is played by the IRFU now at all of their internationals, and the crowd sing it with great gusto. Yeah, he's an interesting character as well, and again worth having a look if you don't know anything about Phil Coulter. So let's have a listen now to Moonshine Madness and their rendition of Donegal Danny.
I told you was a tramp. You stood at the bar and called a pint, then turned and gazed at the fire. On a night like this, to be safe and dry is my one and only desire. So, here to those that are dead and gone, the friends that I love dear. And here to you, that I'll bid you and you. Say Donegal Danny, you hear me boys? Donegal Danny, you hear? For a fateful night in the wind and the rain, we set sail from Killybeckstown. There were 5 of us from sweet Donegal, and 1 from County Down. We were fishermen who worked the sea and never counted the cost. But I never thought ere that night was done my fine true friends would all be lost. So here to those that are dead and gone, friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu, saying Donegal Danny, you hear me voice? Donegal Danny, you hear? Then the storm it broke and drove the boats through the rocks about 10 miles from shore. And we fought the tide, we hoped inside to see our homes once more. Then the boat struck a rock and pulled her down, and all of us knew that she'd go down. We broke inside for the sea that night, and prayed to God we weren't around. But the raging sea was rising still as we struck out for the land. And she fought with all her cruelty to claim that gallant land. By St. John's Point in the early dawn, I dragged myself onto the shore, and I cursed the sea for what she'd done. I swore to sail her nevermore. So, here to those that are dead and gone, the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu, saying Donegal Danny's is here, me boys. Donegal Danny's is here. Let's hear one. That awful night, I lost all my friends. I see their faces yet. And after that night, when the sea is high and the rain is tearing out my skin, I hear the cries of drowning men floating over on the wind. Oh, here's to those that are dead and gone, friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu. Say, Danny God, Danny, will hear me voice. Danny God, Danny, will hear. So, here's to those that are dead and gone, friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu. Say, Danny God, Danny, will hear me voice. Danny God, Danny, will hear. Yes, Donegal, Danny's free here.
So a big thank you to Moonshine Madness from the archive there. Ronan and the boys doing a great job. So this last tune before the interval comes from another great friend of the Salmon Bothy, Mr. Danny Couper. Hails from Aberdeen, and Danny, great singer and supporter of traditional music in Scotland and throughout the Northeast, and has regaled us with many songs and stories at our concerts and events over the years. As always, welcome at the Bothy. This time he's going to sing a song which he collected from Jeannie Robertson, and it's got a very familiar tune and chorus to the Braes of Killiecrankie, but it's not your traditional words. So listen in to Danny and a great rendition to take us through to the break at half time, Mr. Danny Couper.
So, singing a relation that is getting travels from our songs, you know, they're all related. And the lady I got songs, she was Jeannie Robertson. And it's about, there's a song that's about women. First thing is Jean McPhail. The other is about the wife that went about the castle gate in Aberdeen, Jemima Rose. I think she's still there actually. Well, there's a few Jemima Roses. The bass got choruses, so I'll leave the heavy weekends, I'll leave that out. Choruses. Toodaloo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, in the breeze of Killiecrankie. Toodaloo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, in the breeze of Killiecrankie. Toodaloo, upon a sissel lassie-doo, and nearly jumped into the moon, for the lass that stole my hanky. Toodaloo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, in the breeze of Killiecrankie. Now I'm getting old and frail, I'm like a dog without a tail. Oh, I couldn't Jean McPhail, the lass of Killiecrankie. Toodaloo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, in the breeze of Killiecrankie. Jean McPhail, she's big and fat, she wears her hair below her hat, she wears her hair below her hat, on the breeze of Killiecrankie. Toodaloo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, in the breeze of Killiecrankie. Jean, she said she'd marry me, says I to have a raise up D, says I to have a raise up D, in the breeze of Killiecrankie. Toodaloo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, in the breeze of Killiecrankie. Jean McPhail, she swore and cussed, and like us feel doing in our state the bust. Alyson gave enough a twist, finished to the windy. Toodaloo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo, in the breeze of Killiecrankie. Commercial. Toodaloo, you ken the price of cappers new. Day by 12 to you, in the breeze of Killiecrankie. Toodaloo, fall the diddle-owdy-doo,
Father did loud, they do the brazy cranky. Turn-a-loo-ra-loo-ra-loo, you're like a monkey in the zoo. If I had a face like you would accept the situation. Turn-a-loo-ra-loo-ra-loo, Father did loud, they do. Father did loud, they do the brazy cranky. Turn-a-loo-ra-loo-ra-loo, Father did loud, they do. Father did loud, they do in the brazy cranky.
Far frae Buchan's heady shores, recht in the middle of the bloody Great War, Skipper Watt and his wee gimmery boat came face to face with the Kaiser afloat. Heavily armed they cruisers three, honed in on the gowan lee. Nae hope, nae prayer, you could tell at a glance. Surrender was offered, they had nae a chance. So the drug went woof, the gun went pop. Nae surrender, nae retreat, nae stop. Stand your ground, let's tack her on. Gie 3 cheers and let her run. Full speed ahead and awa we go, steaming through the Strait o' Otranto. Barking mad went the mascot dug. What's gallant crew were in a fug. The drifter took her muckle hits. Austria's cruisers were blown her to bits. Engine connacht but nae out a fecht. Gowley hurtled frae the Adriatic nacht. To live and to serve in another way, rescue others and save the day. And the dog went woof, the gun went pop. Nae surrender, nae retreat, nae stop. Stand your ground, let's tack her on. Gie 3 cheers and let her run. Full speed ahead and awa we go, steaming through the Strait o' Otranto. Wait!
It's tune if you play my bonny bow fiddle, if you play the tune on the sea. It's tune if you play my bonny bow fiddle, will you play a tune for me? If you play so where's my bonny bow fiddle, to droon the squadron ground, or jigs and reels my bonny bow fiddle, to dance o'er your crocket pound. Fitch-tuned if you play my bonny bow fiddle, if you play the tune of the sea. Fitch-tuned if you play my bonny bow fiddle, will you play a tune for me? If you hear the strains, my bonny bow fiddle, oh songs so long ago, shanties of sailors, my bonny bow fiddle, among your crannies flow. Fitch-tuned if you play my bonny bow fiddle, if you play the tune of the sea. Fitch-tuned if you play my bonny bow fiddle, will you play a tune for me? Long have you stood my bonny bow fiddle, and played the tuned if you play my bonny bow fiddle, if you play the tune o' the sea. Fit tuned if you play my bonny bow fiddle, will you play a tune for me?
Welcome back to the second half of our programme from Folk at the Salmon Bothy on a Friday night during lockdown. I'm still here in Old Meldrum. The sun is still shining. Odd noises in the background because the distillery where I live very close, they're doing quite a lot of refurbishment at the work at the moment, so you might hear the odd bleep as the digger reverses past. I'm going to open up again myself with a couple of tunes for you, a little tune set. These are Irish and mainly Northern Irish tunes, although I guess some might dispute the third one. Yeah, they're played on the high D whistle. First tune is called Maggie in the Woods, and then rolls on into Leather Away the Waterloo and the Spanish Ladies, or as I came up from Dublin City. So yeah, the song Maggie in the Woods, again, I keep telling you go and look things up, but the song Maggie in the Woods starts off, if I had Maggie in the woods, and it continues along that theme. So rather than regale you with the rest of the verses, I think it's just got a great tune. So here we go with Maggie in the Woods. So next up, we're going to dig into the archive. I've been playing the whistle for quite a while, and I've got to a reasonable level of proficiency, but I thought it might be good for you to hear from one of the masters. So the video you're about to see is Alec Green, who was undoubtedly master of the whistle in the northeast of Scotland and beyond. He's going to play a tune called The Rose Amongst the Heather. You should listen out for the tone that he's able to get from the instrument and his vibrato style. And I'm not sure if you can see his fingers terribly clearly, but you'll understand that he has, or had, because unfortunately he passed away relatively recently. But he had a fantastic technique, and the vibrato that you hear coming through is a result of that. So have a listen to how the whistle maybe ought to be played.
The rose among the heather, R-O-E-S. So I understand. And then they are real, an old reel called Subdated Dates. D, I think.
So there you are. That's Alec Green, sadly missed. Others on that video, Madeline, his partner, and Les and Sheila Wheeler, and we'll hear a little bit from them later in the program. So now we're going to move on, and as I say, I've been playing the whistle for quite a while, and one of the ways in which I've been improving and trying to learn more about the music of North East Scotland in particular is by attending the Scottish Culture and Traditions Organisation's classes, which up until lockdown were happening in the McRobert Centre, McRobert Building in Aberdeen University. You can look us up online, scottishtraditions.org, and we're still offering classes, and we'll be offering classes next year, or sorry, later this year, next term, online. So just to give you a flavour of the kind of thing that we can achieve with a little bit of practice and a little bit of professional tuition, I'm going to show you a short clip from the Stonehaven Folk Festival, and this is the Scottish Culture and Traditions flute class, backed up by their guitar accompaniment class, and the tutors are Kenny Haddon on flute and Pete McCallum on guitar. So I remember that day well in Stonehaven, and it was chucking it down basically. So we were taking refuge in that tent for quite a while, and yeah, really enjoyable to be able to play for the public. And SCAT is a great opportunity and a great organisation to assist you if you're wanting to learn more about traditional music and playing in North East Scotland. So now we're going to move on, and we're going to hear from Kate Taylor. Kate is going to give us a song about well, I didn't know this name, but it appears that the Leary is a colloquial name for the lamplighter, and clearly the lamplighter was a really important person in earlier times who went round communities lighting the gas lamps so that people felt safe and were able to to continue their lives a little bit further into the darkness. So this is a lovely little song delivered by Kate Taylor.
Hi, for my second song I'd like to sing The Lady. I first heard Anne Reid singing this song, and it seemed appropriate to sing it because Anne's been on our mind quite a bit. It's just past the 14th anniversary of her death, and also we're into the month when we would have had the Killarney singing weekend, so it seems quite appropriate to sing it. So, oh, my tea is nearly ready, and the sun has left the sky. It's time to take the window and see Leary passing by. And so before I have my tea, before I take my seat, with lantern and with ladder, he comes coasting down the street. With lantern and with ladder, he comes coasting down the street. Now Tom could be a driver and Maria go to sea, and my dad runs a bank, so he's as rich can be. And I, when I am older and can choose what I'm to do, oh, Leary, I'll go round at night and light the lamps with you. Oh, Leary, I'll go round at night and light the lamps with you. Now we are very lucky with a lamp outside our door, and Leary comes to light it as he lights so many more. And so before I go to bed, with lantern and with light, oh, Leary, see this little child, and nod to him tonight. Oh, Leary, see this little child, and nod to him tonight.
Thank you, Kate. That was really sweet. Excellent song. Next up, a family who have been involved in folk at the Salmon Bothy since the beginning, and without whom no programme about the Salmon Bothy would be complete. So this is the Spiers Family. They are going to sing unaccompanied, and we're going to hear a song that Tom collected from the singing of Jimmy McBeath. Jimmy is an interesting character himself, and if you ever come to the Salmon Bothy's concerts during our festival, you'll quite often see a mannequin of Jimmy, and some of the videos that you see that we put up have Jimmy's mannequin sort of standing at the back of the stage glaring at the artists, which some people find it quite disconcerting, but it's just in case you were wondering who that old gentleman who's looking over the shoulder of the artist is, that's who he is, Jimmy McBeath, a travelling man and a great singer. So this song is called The Morning Fair, and it's going to be sung unaccompanied by Maggie, and harmonies from Tom and Emma.
This song is from the singing of Jimmy McBeath, and it's called Marnin Fair.
My friends is gathered here tonight, come listen to my tale. And I'll tell you, oh, a lass I like, and she likes me as well. She has rosy cheeks and ruby lips and bonny curly hair. And I met her out in Foggy Lone the night to a morning fair. So hurrah, boys, hurrah, for the life of a married man. I've been as happy as a king, my lad, since I married Mary Ann. She's a pair of een that ne'er was seen, and the way she wore her hair. And I met her out in Foggy Lone the night to a morning fair. The first time that I've seen her hame, my bottle it was full. The first time I get ye on Lang Road, I'm sure I'll never rue. Her parents, they get consent, so we hired a coach and pair. And it happened we've got married on the neck to a morning fair. So hurrah, boys, hurrah, for the life of a married man. I've been as happy as a king, my lad, since I married Mary Ann. She's a pair of een that ne'er was seen, and the way she wore her hair. And I met her out in Foggy Lone the night to a morning fair. We've wandered through the heather, aye, the thistle and the sloe. And that very night, my lads, I've ta'en her to a show. I've bought her candy by the lumps, she thought that it was rare. And I've kissed that candy off her lips the night to a morning fair. So hurrah, boys, hurrah, for the life of a married man. I've been as happy as a king, my lad, since I married Mary Ann. She's a pair of een that ne'er was seen, and the way she wore her hair. And I met her out in Foggy Lone the night to a morning fair. I knew that we are married and to end our earthly joys. I'll tell yous on the quiet, we've been blessed with a pair of boys. They're the very image of their da, the neighbours a declare. So we're going to open a baby show the night to a morning fair. So hurrah, boys, hurrah, for the life of a married man. I've been as happy as a king, my lad, since I married Mary Ann. She's a pair of een that ne'er was seen, and the way she wore her hair. And I met her out in Foggy Lone the night o' a morning fair.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was great as always. Yeah, really like that song. So next, I guess there have been a few references to Northern Ireland throughout this programme, and I grew up on a farm there in County Armagh, and yeah, I've got grey hair, so it was a few years ago, and I remember the harvest in the old-fashioned style with the corn as opposed to barley, and the stooks and the binder or the reaper, which was used to gather the stooks up or to cut the crop and to turn it into sheaves. And I remember my father and my grandfather and the whole community coming together to help in that endeavour. And some of the machines that are going to be mentioned in this following song by Bill Gray, I do remember them, and I probably could take you to a few barns where there are some of these things still lying, untouched for decades now. The names of the machines that you'll hear through the song is the Herster Retty, or the Harvest of Retty, and it's a Bothy ballad. And this brings back a lot of memories for me, even though I grew up in an entirely different part of the world.
We'll try a Bothy ballad now. This is the Herster Retty. I learned this Bothy for the singing Joe Aiken for Kerry. It's one of my favourites. It's called the Herster Retty. I seen the Herster Retty, lads, and 'twas through on the throne. I've heard for 6 or 7 weeks the Herster's getting and grown, but we a covey will a monthly and a day. Gars all the jolly Herster lads ging singing down the brae. A monthly and a day, my lads, the likes you've never seen. It beats the sticks, the festive strips, a vicar's new machine. A spade well now comes up the rear, a victory clears the way, and 20 acre daily yield, there stands the woolly ray. He drives him round the park at second a rate, and steers them canny out and in at money's a kittle gate, and whiles them safely o'er the clods through money a hidden hole, and he'll come by name a shanter if you'll leave him with a pole. He sharps their teeth to guard them bite, and tap them on the jaws, and when he finds them dully like, he brawly kens the cause. A bolty here, a penny there, a little out of tune, and he'll shortly stop their wild career, and he'll bring the slushed down. He whittles off at corners amongst crooked Betty straw, and says that man and beast alike are equal in the draught, and na the shavies lie and straw, and in all them a glide, and he'll count be on a domney for the devrim to the spy. No, he's nae made up o' money words, nor kent to puff and leap, and just as keen a little lad as ever you did see. If you're in search o' harvest work upon a market day, tak my advice, be there in time, and look for woolly rain. No, we gotten nothing in a boot, and now our rocks be tacked. We'll gather round the festive board and spend a joyful night, with Scottish song and mutton broth to drive our cares away, and we'll drink success to ready lads, I due to woolly ray. Oh, come on, ye jolly ready coves, a ring and cheer her on, a band o' better working lads, a gaffer never saw. Eager right to take their place, and had on down the brae. It was you that made the boaty row, that was steered by woolly rain. Thanks for watching, folks, and please keep yourselves all safe.
Aye, so lots of good memories there of harvest time and mother bringing tea to the field in a basket wrapped in a cloth to keep it warm because we didn't have flasks in those days. So yeah, nothing like a bit of nostalgia. So the next act, we're going to go back into the archive again. I promised you'd hear more from Les and Sheila this time. So this is Alec Green and Madeline and Les and Sheila Wheeler, and they're going to give us a set of tunes which they performed at one of our hall festivals, the third hall, which is some years ago now. This year should have been the 11th. So this is a set of tunes beginning with a tune called The Headlands, and would usually be a gay Gordon's. So get your dancing shoes on, and away we go.
Well, we're going to a Couper and chop. Tune it off. Yeah, there's a novelty. Ready? Let me try it.
Yeah, that was a great concert, and yeah, well done to all who participated in that. and good to see all those faces again. So next up, we have a guest. This is Iona Fyfe. Iona hails from Huntly, a lovely singer and musician, and has been developing her career. Recently, we remember her coming to the Bothy as a youngster, really, and now she's a fully fledged professional musician and doing really quite well. So this is a great opportunity to listen to Iona, and she's going to sing The Berry Fields of Blair, which brings together memories and thoughts about all the different peoples and communities that would come together in Blair to gather the crops in again. Bit of an agricultural thing going on here. And I do wonder, if you were to write this song today, where would the workers all be coming from? It probably wouldn't be, Glasgow or Dundee or the places that are mentioned in the song, and be more likely to be Warsaw or somewhere like that. But anyway, over to Iona Fyfe and The Berry Fields of Blair.
When berry time comes round each year, Blair's population swelling. There's every kind o' picker there, and every kind o' dwelling. There's tents and huts and caravans, there's bothies and there's bivvies, and shelters made wi' tatty bags, and dugouts made wi' divvies. There's corner boys fi Glasgow, kettle boilers fi Lochee. There's miners fi the pits of Fyfe, mill workers fi Dundee. There's fisher folk fi Peterhead, and tramps fi everywhere, all looking for a living off the berry fields o' Blair. There's travellers fi the Western Isles, fi Arran, and Skye. They Harris, Lewis and Kyles a beat, they come their luck to try. Fi Inverness and Aberdeen, fi Stornoway and Wick, a flock to Blair at berry time, the straws and rasps to peck. There's somewhere a pound or twa, some canny earn their keep. There's some will pick fi morn till nicht, and some would rather sleep. There's some wha heedy pick or starve, and some dinna care. There's comedy and tragedy played on a field o' Blair. There's families picking for a purse, and some wha pick a lane. There's men wha share and share alike, wi' wives that's no their ain. There's gladness and there's sadness too, there's happy hearts and sair. There's some wha bless and some wha curse the berry fields o' Blair. Afore I put my pen awa, it's this I'd like to say. You'll travel far afore you'll meet a kinder lot than they. For I've mixed with them in field and pub, and files of brief despair. I'll bless the hand that led me to the berry fields o' Blair.
Thanks, Iona. Excellent song again, The Berry Fields of Blair. So, we've reached almost the end, and there's been quite a few references to my home country in this little program, and the final song is no exception. We were very lucky after lockdown conditions were eased a little bit to be able to travel back home and visit family, and we were able to go and cycle and be in the hills up behind Carrickfergus and look down over the town and the castle and the sea, and brought back lots of memories. And this song, Carrickfergus, sung by Alyson MacConnachie, is just a great tune, and it gives Alyson a great opportunity to stretch her vocal cords. Carrickfergus, the song, was kind of collected from multiple sources, and if you listen to the lyrics, they don't actually make a lot of sense. The song isn't actually about Carrickfergus at all. It's about Kilkenny, which is 300 kilometres south, and effectively in a different country nowadays. And most of the references in the song are from that area, but clearly the individual who's the eponymous character in the song is thinking about being in Carrickfergus because it isn't Kilkenny. So yeah, have a listen to the lyrics, and you can look them up online. They don't make a lot of sense, but it's a great song.
I wish I was in Carrickfergus only for nights in Ballygrand. I would swim over the deepest ocean only for nights in Ballygrand. But the sea is wide and I cannot swim over, and neither have I the wings to fly. I wish I had a handsome boatman to ferry me over, my love and I. My childhood days bring back sad reflections of happy times there, spent so long ago. My boyhood friends and my own relations have all passed on now, like melting snow. And I'll spend my days in endless roving. Soft is the grass and my bed is free. Oh, to be back now in Carrickfergus, on that long winding road down to the sea. Now in Kilkenny it is reported on marble stone there, as black as ink, with gold and silver, I would support her, but I'll sing no more now till I get a drink. 'Cause I'm drunk today and I'm seldom sober, a handsome rover from town to town. Oh, but I'm sick now, my days are numbered. Come all ye young men and lay me down. Come all ye young men and lay me down.
So thanks again, Alyson. That's a great song, one of Ireland's favourite ballads, and yeah, still can't make Neil smile though, can we? That brings us to the end of our programme for today, for tonight, and thank you so much for watching, and we hope that you will join us again at Folk at the Salmon Bothy online every Friday night. You can go and look back through the archive of these programmes, which have been running now for several weeks, and there's a wealth of material in there. If you go to our website at bothyfolk.org, you'll be able to find all of the previous programmes available through our YouTube channel. We're also still interested to hear from people who would like to make a contribution, and if you contact us again through the website, we can help you to send us the video, and we'll get you online too. So again, thank you very much for watching tonight, and let's hope that the next time we meet, it can be face to face. We'll be back in the Bothy as we usually are. Thank you. Good night.